afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host, as always, me, Star Cub. Now, before we get into today's video, as everyone has probably already guessed, yes, from the cover page, yes, it's my first ever Dungeons and Dragons experience. I did mention a couple of days ago in one of the videos that I posted that I was going to talk about it, my experience with something new that I've always wanted to get into, but just never had the chance back in the day when I was growing up in high school or middle school. But always had a fascination with it, and finally I had my first D&D experience just like about a week and a half ago. But before I say anything more on that, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone new to my channel that is either watching certain videos, liking, commenting. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. To everyone that is returning or has returned and it keeps returning, I love the shit out of you guys. I really do. I really, really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to keep up to date with all my content. And let's get into it. So I had my first D&D experience, which was really, really good, at the Vasson Brewing Company in downtown Richmond, VA. And I met up with a group of guys and had my first experience with Dungeons and Dragons. And I can honestly say I was very nervous going into it, because knowing that it's a tabletop RPG and a lot of it is visual and you can use figurines and stuff, and you got maps and building, had big mats and stuff. We had a big mat for ours, and the DM draws the tunnels or the places where we go, what places where we are and end up and stuff like that. And it was a incredible fun experience for me, and it's something that I really wanted to do growing up, but just never had the balls to really get into it. Obviously because there were other stuff that came around, and I was so, Pokemon, Digimon, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, all of those took over, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well. And I just never really felt that Dungeons and Dragons was going to be my forte. But going there, seeing it for the first time, playing it, and it's just so refreshing and rewarding, and it's so nice to see a group of people that have been playing it for years and years and years, and some people that have come back to it after years of playing it or haven't played it for years, coming back into it. It was a very, very fun experience, and I just had to go out. I got myself Monster Manual, so now I can keep up to date with what's being used, read up, on ancient brass dragons, or Fomorian hellhounds, all that sort of stuff. So it keeps me up to date with all that stuff in D&D, creature-wise, and all that sort of stuff. What DMs go through, how they have to process things when going through D&D, how games are created, how visual you have to be in that world. And it was a really, really fun experience. I was really, really nervous because some of the role play, I know there's a lot of people that are very heavily into role playing and they will do voices and stuff like that. I'm not at that level as of yet, but it is fascinating to me that you can put on a voice and stuff like that and really get into your character. And I'm hoping to do that down the track after a few more games journey, because we've got to continue. So I'm meeting up again next week, hopefully meeting up again next week. And it's just something that I found really, really entertaining and fun, and I'm really going to stick with it. I mean, I'm 37 going on 38 this year, and it's my first D&D experience. And for anyone that is that really wants to get into it or hasn't and is nervous about getting into it, just go there and have fun. Listen to what they're saying, Go with the flow. If you feel comfortable doing a voice, do a voice. Describing things as well, like your character, what he's wearing or she's wearing, and stuff like that. It's very overwhelming at first, and it was kind of really hard for me to describe, you know, my character as an elf, half human creation, and I was trying to explain, but I was so nervous at the same time that I was just like, oh, I don't know what to say. But it is. I had a excuse me. I had a really, really fun experience with it. Really, really fun. A really fabulous bunch of guys that I met that were just so supportive of me being, you know, newbie to it, and it was just so much fun. I bought dice for it as well. I bought quite a few things. I want to get figurines and that now to really get into it when we get more games going and finish our first one, and then go on another journey, and it just goes from there basically. And I'm really gonna stick with this because I was playing the Pokemon card game for quite a while, but the fun of collecting the cards and that now and playing the game for me has just kind of soured. It's just not the same. I miss the good old days growing up in the 90s when card collecting for Pokemon was so much more easier, where you could do trades and not, you know, have to spend, you know, $500 on this particular card or that particular card. And then Pokemon card game for me now is kind of tarnished with everything being so damn expensive. Everyone wanting something for a particular card that's 20, 25 years old, 30 years old, and it's ridiculous. I don't have that type of money to spend on a bloody card. And I know Magic can be like that. I know a lot of other card games and all of that sort of stuff can be that ridiculous and expensive. But with D&D, it's manageable, it's priced really well, and I think for me, going into Dungeons and Dragons, I had so much fun. I'm going to stick with that. And it's a brand new experience, and I had so much more fun playing D&D than I have had in a long time playing Pokemon card game. And I can honestly say that yeah, Pokemon card game for me is just not there anymore. I just don't find any enjoyment out of it. Even the collecting side of it now, trying to get the old sets, it's taking the fun out of it, because, you know, someone's got to pay, you know, you got to pay ridiculous prices for the uncommons and commons, and it's just ridiculous. And it's a money grabbing industry now, where everything costs, you know, an arm and a leg. And it's the exact same thing with the old Pokemon games. I've got quite a few of the old Pokemon games, but to get the rest, you gotta, you know, give them your arm, give them your leg, give them your eyeballs, you know, all that sort of stuff. You know, everything costs money, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's my piece. My Dungeons and Dragons experience is really, really good, and for anyone else looking to get into it, go with the flow, enjoy yourselves, observe, watch, learn. I'm still going to be learning, taking my time, feeling comfortable to get to the point where I can role play a voice and stuff like that. But other than that, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Look forward to the State of Play, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth State of Play today. And yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a video tonight, because I think once the demo drops for Rebirth, I'll be playing that for the rest of the night. Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all with the next one. Alright guys, ciao.